Hey guys, I'm super excited to bring you this video. I'm finally going to make a 100 envelope challenge box, and I'm going to do a tutorial right here on my channel, and I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. So starting out, the first thing you're going to need is some type of paper, cardstock, any type of whatever paper you like. Cardstock is the best because it has a nice thickness to it, you know, so your envelopes will last a good little while. I picked up this booklet at Michael's. They were buy one get one half off, so they were $19.99, and then I got the other one for $10. So yeah, so I like this booklet because it has a lot of color. But if you're someone who don't like color, then you know, just choose the type of paper you would like. So like I said, the first thing you're gonna need is some type of paper. And then the second thing you're going to need, of course, is a laminating machine. I'm using the Pen and Gear from Walmart. I have a video showing you how to set this laminate machine up and how to actually use it, because the instructions are not great, and I will link that video. Sorry about the focus. And the third thing you would need is some type of cutter, or either you can use scissors. I'm using the Recollections cutter that I picked up from Michael's about 5 or 6 years ago. So yeah, or either you can use scissors. And I also use a ruler. I do not use the measurements on the cutter. I like to use a ruler. So yes, that's the third thing you're gonna need. So paper, laminate machine, and something to cut with. So of course, the first thing I do is, because this paper came out of a booklet, it has the little hole at the top of the paper, so I want to go ahead and cut that off because I don't want that on my paper. But these are some of the envelopes I've already cut, and just going to show you how your money will sit in there. So I usually do mine 3 inches by 3 inches. So I'm going to fold it and let you see how the money sits in there. And I like for my money to sit up a little bit. So yeah, that's how it will look in the envelope. So that's 3 inches by 3 inches, approximately 3 inches. So this is just how I do it. There's no right or wrong way. You can do it however you like. If you don't have a laminating machine, you can also use tape. I just like to laminate it because I know that I'm going to be doing this challenge, you know, several times a year, because I'm really trying to get my finances in order. And I find that saving challenges, I save better doing saving challenges opposed to just transferring the money over to my savings account. I mean, it's a psychological thing, but it's working. So I love doing the savings challenge. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that top little strip off that has the little hole in it. And so yeah, so if this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Miss V. My husband and I are consumer debt free at the time of this video, and I am on the road to retiring early. My husband is just going to do the you know, traditional retirement. I want to work from home and, you know, run like my craft business. So I do not want to work outside the home. So that's what I say when I say retire. I will still be working. I will just be working from home. So I want to get my finances in order, because I messed my finances up early in life. So yeah, so I'm showing you the measurement. This paper measures 12 inches by 12 inches. So if each envelope is 3 inches, so I should be able to get 1, 2, 3 envelopes out of here. Really, it was supposed to be 4, but my measurements were off. So I was only able to get, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I got 6 envelopes out of this paper. So I use, you know, an envelope that I've already cut as my little guide, because I want all of them to be, you know, the same size. So that's what I'm doing here, using this as a guide. So I cut it to 3 inches down. So that's 3 inches right there. So I should be able to cut this in half, and that'll be 2 envelopes that I can use. So yeah, I got 6 envelopes out of each paper. But really, I should have gotten 4, because if it's 12 inches by 12 inches, so somehow my measurements were off. But anyway, this is real life over here. So I'm just showing you how I do my envelopes. So I hope this video is interesting to you, stay tuned. Don't click off the video yet, because I got a couple of things, a couple of surprises inside the video, so stay tuned. And I discovered something too while I was doing this tutorial. I'm going to do a separate video, but I'm going ahead and mention it in the video when I get to it. So yeah. I did do when I first started the 100 envelope challenge, I started out, I'm showing you where it's 6 inches right here. When you cut it in half, it should be 6 inches right there, because it's 12 inches long. So yeah. So when I first started the 100 envelope challenge, I just got the white envelopes, and I was just trying it because I saw a couple of people on TikTok doing it, and I heard Dave Ramsey mention it. And so I was just casually just picking a couple of numbers each week and just casually putting the money in the envelope when me and my husband get paid. And I just kind of forgot about the money because it was in a drawer. And so I'm just casually saving the money. So now I have it folded. And sometimes you're gonna gonna get some imperfection. Just cut the little overhang off, because these are handmade, so there will be some imperfections. But you'll see why I choose not to sell them, because I do not have time to make these and sell them. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the 100 envelope challenge when I first started. So I was just casually saving the money up, not thinking about it. $18 this week, $20 this week, $100 this week, just casually saving it. And not realizing that I was building discipline at the same time. So something happened with one of our vehicles, and we needed a transmission. And so it was going to be $1,400. We had the $1,400 in the bank, but you don't want to spend your money in the bank if you don't have to. And so I remembered that I had the money in the envelope because we had to pay $700 up front. So I went to the envelope. So remember, I was just casually putting money in, not paying attention to what I was doing. And looked up and counted the money that was in the envelope. I had $700, and I've been hooked on this 100 envelope challenge ever since. Mainly because it teaches you discipline. Because once you put this money in these envelopes, these cute envelopes like this, you're not going to want to touch it until it's time. I mean, it's just a psychological thing that I got going on over here. I don't know, but it's working. So yeah, so now I'm into the cute envelopes, but I did start out with the 100 envelopes. So now that we have our cardstock all cut down to size, we're going to go ahead and laminate it. So, of course, your laminating sheet has the seam at the top. So that's the side that goes directly into the machine. Do not put the open side, because it will jam your machine. So I'm showing you here once I get this focus and this camera right. So I always put the open side up. You always put that up. So the side that's open, have them all going in the same direction. So when you get ready to cut, you'll know which side is the open side. So I usually can get 6 of these envelopes on a sheet, on a laminating sheet. So yeah, this is some laminating sheets I picked up from Amazon. Excuse me. All the items that I'm using, except for the paper, will be linked in my Amazon storefront. So yeah, on the laminating machines, I've used the pen and gear and the Scotch. And I find that I've used 2 different Scotch machines, and I find that I like the pen and gear machine the best for some reason. So yeah, like I said, I have a couple of videos on my channel telling you about the pen and gear. So right here, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna use the double-sided tape to put on the back of this envelope to kind of keep it in place, so when it's going through the laminating machine, it don't move. But I'll show you that, and then I'll also do it without the double-sided tape to show you how I do it. And when I put it through the laminating machine, of course, the tape melted down with the So I found that if you put the laminating sheet in, this is my second time putting it in, remember, push it in and then pull it as it's coming out, and that gets rid of the bubbles. That is something I found by mistake. I'm going to do a video focus only on this, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you in this video that this did work. Everything comes out perfectly. No bubbles. And I was so impressed and happy because I was getting frustrated when I was making my envelope, and I was like, I cannot sell these envelopes with all these bubbles in it. Just pull it slightly, but if you let it go in by gravity, it will have bubbles. But if you pull it slightly as it comes through, I guess that thins the bubbles out, and you get a perfect envelope. You might see a few, but I just put it back through the machine again until it just flattens all the bubbles out. Look at that.
내 맘과 다르게 너에게 상처를 줬으니 사랑한다는 말로도 부족했던 너에게 내가 너무.
So if you decide not to use the double-sided tape, you just have to hold the envelopes as you're putting them in, because they will slide. So just focus on the first two first. I hold my hand, and remember, I'm going to push gently so that to decrease the chance of bubbles. And then when I get the first two down, I'll focus on the next two, make sure they're straight, and then I'll do the same thing for the last two. And so as they're coming out, I'll pull laminate sheet just a little bit. You don't have to pull it real hard, just to kind of flatten the bubbles. So I've kind of found this technique by mistake, but I'm sharing it because I have been looking for a solution to get the bubbles out. So yeah, sorry about the focus. I got a new camera and I'm still learning. So now that I have my envelopes all laminated, free of bubbles, you may see one or two bubbles, you know, nothing is perfect. I'm going to use these labels that I picked up from Walmart. You get like $2.50 for $1 and something, but I usually get them from the Dollar Tree, but they didn't have any. And so while I'm cutting my envelopes out, I always go ahead and put my labels on. I put mine at the top. You can put yours wherever you like, but I put mine at the top. That lets me know that the opening is at the top, because once I start cutting, you know, sometimes I get confused. So this is just my way of knowing where the opening, where the open end is. So yeah, so I just some people use their cutter to cut theirs, but I cut mine by hand. So that's another reason why I'm not interested in, you know, making these on a regular basis, because I do it the hard way. Yeah, so I am going to let the music play and let you watch me cut these envelopes out, and stay tuned to the end. I have a surprise. Oh yeah, forgot to tell you, each one of the envelopes will have a little, you'll see a little air pocket around the envelope right there over to the right. Do not cut that air bubble, cut right outside the air bubble. That is what seals the laminate and the envelope together. If you cut that bubble, it will come apart. But if you, well, that's the top part, I'm just cutting right there. but I'll show you the bubble on the side. You'll see that little bubble. I don't know if you can see it real good. You'll see it when you start making yours. So you just cut right on the outside, not right next to it, because you still don't want it to come loose as you putting your money in, but a nice little distance away. You'll see just a little bit of air bubble where the cardstock and the laminate meets. And that's your first envelope right there. So you see how you got that seam and you got that air bubble right there? See how I cut on the outside of it, about 1/4 of an inch away from it. So that's your envelope. So I'm just going to keep doing this, and some of them I did have to put back through the machine because the air bubble was a little wide. So to thin the air bubble out, I just pushed it in and just pulled it out. So yeah, so I'm going to show you right here so you can see better how nice that turned out. Once I put it back through the machine, I flattened that bubble out some. So yeah. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is 100 envelopes for you to get started on your savings challenge. And guess what? I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky supporter of my channel. All you have to do in the comment section is just tell me what you're going to do with the money once you save your $5,050, and that will let me know that you're interested in winning this box. So this is Miss V. I'm continue to show you love, and I'm always help you save on some of the things you need so you can get some of the things you want. Thank you.